Okay, right now we're going to do solving equations with variables on both sides. We are going to use our inverse operations in order to do that. We need to remember that what our goal is a variable on one side and a number on the other side. Then we want our variable to be positive and alone. So if I have 10 minus 4x equals negative 9x, I already have a variable over here. I already have a number over here. This variable could easily move over here so that I could solve this. So I am going to add 4x to both sides. This makes this go to 0. Negative 4x plus 4x is 0. So the 10 comes down. Negative 9x plus 4x is negative 5x. These two are multiplying. I can put my pen in between them. There's no plus or minus sign. So that means my inverse operation is to divide. So I get x equals negative 2. If I wanted to check that information, I could always go in and check. 10 minus 4 times negative 2 equals negative 9 times negative 2. So 10 plus 8 equals 18. 18 equals 18. Look at that. Correct. Again, no reason to get it wrong because we can always check. You don't have to fly blind. Okay, so, sorry. Here we go. We're going to solve this. So I have a variable on this side, a variable on this side, and a number on this side. So I could easily move this 3x over so that I have variables on one side and constants or numbers on the other. So this 3x is positive. I'm going to subtract 3x. This goes to 0. Negative 2x minus 3x is negative 5x. If we're having trouble with our integers, we need to use our calculator. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. Then we're going to divide by negative 5, and we get x equals negative 2. Okay, now we're going to get just a tiny bit more complicated. We have numbers and variables on both sides of the equal sign, so we have to decide which way we're moving. It doesn't matter which way you move as long as the numbers end up on one side and the letters end up on the other side. Okay, I prefer most of the time for my variables to be positive. I like that because especially for y'all who are just now learning it, you don't have to remember to divide by a negative. If you don't care about dividing by a negative, you go for it. You will get the exact same answer. So I am going to move the variable first. So I'm going to move negative 3k over. I'm going to move 3k over by subtracting it, I should say. 6k minus 3k is 3k. Everything else comes down. Okay, my variables are on one side. Now I need this constant, these numbers, to be on one side. So this is a positive 7. I'm going to subtract 7. I'm going to negative 12 equals 3k. 3 and k are smushed together. There's nothing in between them. I can make a dot, which means multiply. And we're going to divide by 3. We get k equals negative 4. All right. We have 5m minus 1 equals 4m plus 1. We need our letters on one side or our variables on one side, constants or numbers on the other side. So I'm going to move this over here because if I move the 4m, it's positive. I'm going to subtract it. When I subtract it, it is going to make a positive m come down. Now I need this negative 1 to go over here, so I'm going to add 1. We get m equals 2. Again, if I wanted to check it to make sure, I could do 5 times 2 minus 1 equals 4 times 2 plus 1. 10 minus 1 equals 8 plus 1, 9 equals 9. We checked it, it works out. All right, we are not going to do these down here, so don't worry about that at all. That's not something you're responsible for in Algebra 1. All right, so we have, well, at least yet, we have 2 times x plus 4 equals 4x plus 8. So normally what we do first is parentheses, which is multiplication for us. So we're going to distribute first. So we're going to do 2 times x and 2 times 4. 2x plus 8 equals 4x plus 8. Now we have something that we have been doing. So we want to move the variables first. And I'm going to move this 2x over. because then it gives me a positive variable, coefficient to the variable. And then I'm going to move minus 8, minus 8. I'm going to get 0 here. Wow, that's weird, but I'm going to just trust my process. These steps are here for a reason, so 2 times x, so we're going to divide by 2. We get x equals 0. Just because we get something strange doesn't mean we stop doing our steps. So right now, our steps are to distribute, and then move the variable, and then move the constant, and then divide by whatever's in front of the variable, the coefficient in front of the variable, and we get an answer. Now, if you get x equals 0 and you're like, ooh, I don't know. So we do 0 plus 4, 2 times 0 plus 4 equals 4 times 0 plus 8. 0 plus 4 is 4, and 4 times 0 is 0. So then we get 8 equals 8. That is a correct answer. I don't want you to stop and be like, I have no idea what to do. I want you to go ahead and finish your steps. Okay, last one for this set of notes. You see immediately that there is a 1/4 here. So let's just work on the left side first. I see distribution, so I need to distribute. I get 9x minus 12 equals, and now I have to do this icky thing. 1/4 times 32, 1/4 times 56. Okay, so this is how this should look. 32 over 1, right? So when we multiply straight across, we get 32 over 4, and 32 over 4 is 8. Now, you are welcome to use a calculator to do this. 1/4 times 56 over 1 equals, see, that goes in 14. 56 over 4 is 14. So 14. Now we're going to move the variables. That zeroes out. This gives us a single x. Now we're going to undo with opposite operations the constant. We're going to get x equals 26. That's all for solving equations with variables on both sides. Y'all have a great day.